Hello, welcome back to the Young Podcast. And if you're new here, welcome. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow us, make sure you listen, make sure you share your stories with us. Yes, this is the Young Podcast. I'm Hannah, the host of the Young Podcast. And today I wanted to talk about colorism. And the reason I wanted to do this is because I was listening to the podcast. It's related, I promise. Woo! I promise by Jules, and I don't remember the other lady's name, and it's not si beef ni vile nimetoka na Jules over 25. So she's the only one that I know for, yeah, from over 25. The other one anaitwa cause Sharon. Yes, Shazo. Yes, cause I know I tried. I think I looked up her inaitwaje her platform as well, and I was following and subscribing to her because she's a new face. Si tunajua Jules, Ivy, Shiko, and Lonzi. We've come with them from over 25. Yes, they were discussing colorism from the different perspectives of people na nini, but yao ilikuwa inaguzia sana sana maybe internationally, even in the country, but internationally because they did have a Sudanese lady, a very beautiful, who was also giving her experience in Kenya, which now means that is international because she is Sudanese being in Kenya. And also the second reason I wanted to talk about, nakwambia nimehama sitting room nikuje bedroom ndio kukue quieter, but sasa mashindano ya tuktuk zimerudi. Please bear with me because today if I don't do these recordings, man, I don't think I'll get another opportunity to do them. So I'll try and edit out the background noise, but we shall see. The second reason was colorism. I think is something that I did a small video, 10 minutes video on my personal page when someone was talking about the subtle zinaitwaje subliminal messages that only dark skinned ladies are able to decode in conversations, because I am hopefully by now kama tutakuwa tumeenda live, I don't know, but I'm quite dark skin. I think I'm quite a mini dark skin, dark skin mzuri, and these are things that I've faced, and maybe my perception, my point of view of it might maybe help out someone or the other, especially when we come to the last point, which is career wise. So yes, I'm Hannah. I'm a very dark skinned Kikuyu lady who is also very stocky. By stocky, I mean curvaceous. Yes, now, colorism is quite an interesting topic for me because I don't ever recall in my childhood um, coming across instances of people being colorist. That is not to say it was not happening. I just didn't remember until later on in life. And hii si kama ile ya depression. Hii ni ile tu ya you're a kid, your mind is not paying attention to what someone is saying, to like ile ati you're decoding the message until ukiwa mtu mzima ndio someone says a similar thing and then it pisses you off, and then you remember when you're about 10 years someone else said a similar thing, and then now you're pissed off twice. Anyway, so for me imekuwa a very interesting journey because nikiwa mtoi I did experience it, but I didn't give it that much thought because I didn't even know what it was. But instances where I did, the funny thing is, in our family, we do have people that are quite light skin, very light skin. And when my mom passed on and we moved to Daragwa, one of the cousins that I was living with was and still is very light skin, like very light skin. Ni ule msemo unaona kama anaweza potelea kwa very light skin. So every time we would go with her anywhere, you'd find, especially from men, even women, but mostly men, we would enter a room and everyone would be like, Lucy lights up the room. Walikuwa namuita, kanaitwaje? Kagwatera. Kagwatera is the wick torch. Ile yenye, it's a bottle, and then there's a wick. Then you light the top of the wick when you have something like kerosene in the bottle, and then it lights up the space, mostly used by people like us back then when you don't have electricity, and kerosene is the cheapest option. So they used to say she's a kagwatira. Whenever she enters a room, she lights it up. And sasa mmeingia mkiwa nyinyi wawili, hata hiyo time sikuwa naifikiria. I was like, yes, she's like that is that. Nakwambia mind ya mtoi is a very beautiful thing. But later on in life, you meet with people like that, people who say statements like that when you're with your light skinned friend, and you're like, okay, am I supposed to be offended? Am I supposed to say congratulations? What's happening? And it's not even about being jealous, but when I think you should make a conscious decision to either acknowledge the two of them and say hi, you guys are beautiful or whatever, or don't acknowledge either, because most of the time and it's very nitagwaje devious. Normally when they are uplifting the other one, it's not even about that other person, maybe the lighter skinned person, it's about attacking the other one. By this, what do I mean? Kuna time tulikuwa na another friend who is also quite light skinned and also very beautiful, and there were these two guys. First of all, I wasn't interested in either, and it hadn't even crossed my mind that they could have been interested in us, leave alone my friend. So like in my head I'm like, my friend is way out of their league, so maybe they're not interested in her. But at the same time, they were not the type that I normally fall for. So it wasn't even like my radar was not even pinging in nikiwa high school. No, nikiwa campus. So the two guys and me and my friend were just hanging out, and then one of the guys says, eti unaona vile sasa, talking to a friend, unakaa vile unakwaga mrembo, like you can get this that and the next, like you're very beautiful and whatever. And then I'm seated there, and then it goes on for a while. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, my friend is beautiful, yes, but the things that you're saying she should be getting are the things that should be standard for everyone. But I didn't say anything, bado tunasikiza. And then when he was done, I was there just looking at him like, and then the funny thing is, he said, you're cute too. Like, but I'm like, should I say thanks? Should I say, like, what is happening? Because hiyo ni mtu anakwambia indirectly, like the way he was rambling there for sijui ilikuwa about 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, that is so weird. I wouldn't find myself in a place where someone who is my type is there, and then I find a way to nikama nam worship. Hey, you're good, you're whatever, you have very nice eyes, you have very nice beard, you're very tall, and then I turn to his short friend and I'm like, oh, you're beautiful too. Then on the same note, unapata with the same friend, the funny thing, with the same friend, a lot of people would come to ask me for her contacts. I'm like, okay. Either way, may I won't cock block you. The thing I used to say, I still tell people to date. If you want to ask for someone's contact, go talk to that person. Because mi sitaki nipeane contact ya mtu, then nikuwe involved in some drama that I don't know. So normally I used to tell people, go to that person, or let me ask her. If she says fine, I'll send you her contact. Then, and that is fine, like hiyo ni poa. Kitu yenye ilikuwa inanibo ni umeenda umerusha mistari zako huko, mkakosana, hamkusikizana, and then you come back to me a few days later and then you're like, by the way, I don't think we've ever gone out. Can we go out? Can I take you for coffee? Can I take you for chicken? What the fuck is wrong with you? Unipite uenda kwenye ulikuwa unaenda, then ukirudi ndio unakumbuka, oh, by the way, this one looks like. Why would you even think? At what point would I even date you knowing that you were interested in my friend? And knowing, kuna kitu Jules alikuwa anasema about types. Knowing that is your type, why would I put myself through the humiliation of being with someone who does not like people with my complexion? Like, si wewe uendelee tu kutafuta hao watu light skin. Mbona unaanza kuinvolve kwa drama staki? Anyway, but that is my nini with colorism. The other thing I noticed, bado childhood and young adulthood in high school, class 8, whatever high school, most of the time mkienda mali na mtu light skin, you will be made aware constantly of how not beautiful you are. It does not matter. For me, I identify as ugly. But the like people will go out of their way, especially men, and especially men who are interested in this friend of yours. They will go out of their way to make sure you're not beautiful. So unapata like instances where you're hanging out with your light skinned friend na nini, you're going out, you whatever, even hawkers, they would ask for like mmeenda kubai kitu hata maybe ni wewe unabai but wana hand over tu vitu kwa the light skinned person, then you like say I'm right here. You go with your friend. Kuna time what I was pissed off. I was so pissed off when I was in high school. I've never forgotten. I used to go for music festivals all the time. I love music. To date, I still love music. I don't know where in Thika where they offer music classes because I would love to go there. Tulikuwa naenda music festivals and normally mlikuwa mnapangwa, of course, when you're wanaongoza the lines mkiform the inaitwa U or V shaped when you're dancing. When you're wanaongoza the lines are usually the best dancers, especially nilikuwa naambiwa ni left side, the left side of the nini of the judge or the right one. I think the right or the left one. And that is the one that I was normally the person who was leading the dance. But hiyo ni form 2, form 3. I was the person who was leading. So hadi kwa laini ya kuingia uko kwa hall ya kudance, I was the one who was leading the line. And remember, like I said, I'm very dark skinned. Yeah, I'm very dark skinned. So unapata the person who was following immediately after me was a very light skinned chick, very beautiful. Alikuwa anaitwa Susan. Very beautiful chick, very light skin. Yeye ndiye alikuwa immediately after me. And I think after I left school, she was the one now who was leading the line. Anyway, so tumepanga line hapo hivi and you're just getting ready kuingia stage ku perform your dances. And these guys are trying to hit on her. Remember, dark skinned girls will tell you you're used to, especially mkiwa around light skinned chicks, you're used to people overlooking you and people going to the extra mile of making sure mi sitaki hata story zenyu, hata sitaki kuwa in the midst of your conversation, but they will make sure they loop you in to remind you that this is what they like. So unapata sa hiyo bado uko tense na nini, you're going over the steps of your dance and how it's going to be, and then these guys are hitting on her, and then me, I'm even rooting for her. I'm like, if you're able to get their contacts and whatever, and then they send you money, so we'll be eating mandazi. And then this guy had the audacity of turning to me and saying ati toka hapo mbele, acha huyu dem aingie cause yeye ndiye anakaa anaweza fanya muwin, ati to exchange spots na huyo dem. I was like, umewahi kuwa pissed to the point where unaweka hiyo hasira for later? Like, I'm so pissed, but I don't have the energy to deal with this. I'll just deal with it when I deal with it. Na the minute tu amesema hivyo, I'm like, ndio hiyo judge ring the bell, so we got in and danced na nini. And the good thing about me and dancing, I love it. I get lost in it. Najisikiaga tukienda kumalizia hiyo ndo nakumbuka what was happening. Like that tension of dancing kwa stage. Man, I forgot. Like immediately I'll ring bell and our drummist started. I just forgot everything until now we exited the hall. But this is what I'm saying. Like ukiwa between being a child and a young adult, these are not things that you pay so much mind to. Being dark skin, you don't nini hiyo sana. Like in my head, haikuwa in a load that even between that hizo ages, haikuwa in a load that these people were being mean or they were being rude. Ilikuwa tu, this is what you like, fine. That is it. Until hiyo unapata mtu akishinda akikuloop kwa hizo conversations zao, and then you're like, huh? Okay. Interesting. Then tukakuja kwa young adult life. Now hii ni towards the end of high school and the beginning of campus. The good thing about this period is I had a friend. The friend that I had at that time was the man, I think the pinnacle of beautiful dark skinned woman. Sijui kama alikuwa mix ya Rwanda and something. She was pretty. Wa? Alikuwa anaitwa Nora something, Nora Mavisi. Very the prettiest. I think so far she is the prettiest person that I've met. Very pretty, very tall, very nakwambia demrembo, and she was dark skin. So for me, I think nilikuwa shadowed by her most of the time. I still look up to her by her most of the time. And then she was unapologetically beautiful. Like she used to do awesome makeup. She used to wear very bright lipsticks. And I remember there was a time I said I don't like wearing bright lipsticks on my, of course, lips because I'm dark skinned. And she was like, "What is wrong with you? You wear what you're comfortable with." And she used to, nakwambia dem alikuwa anang'ara. She was the pinnacle of beauty. Hey, I don't, isipokuwa Ivy. Na nimemiss Ivy. But Nora, amen. Nora was pretty, pretty. And then she, you inasema unapologetically, like the way she used to dress, but I even light skin kidogo. So, but I'm just talking about the dark skin ladies for now. Yeah, like the way her hairstyles, her nini, they used to complement her beauty all the time. All the time. I still love her. Hata kama tuli lose contact, but I still love her very much. So I think that period I was shadowed by her, and then she was not the kind of person that you'd insult or talk negatively to when it came to the complexion of her skin. Like she was very mtu ako confident in being who she is. Then nikakuja campus ya MKU nayo ndo nilianza kujua tena light skin maneno. If you're light skin you can go far. Hapa kwa MKU mostly ulikuwa unapata kulikuwa na easy adverts za BA. Jules also talked about it. BA zao wenye wanaendaga sijui brand ambassadors for liquors na nini, they go to sell kwa pubs na vitu kama hizo. Unapata wanatuma WhatsApp messages saying they are looking for petite light skin women. Sijui they are looking for size 8 light skin women, curvy light skin women. So you're like, okay, mtatufikia lini sisi dark skin? Because all the time it was light skin women, light skin. And then you're like, above everything, I needed the money. Like I said, make campus nimesafa. I needed the money, but I couldn't take any job because you're like, you're not light skin. And you're not what is considered beautiful dark skin. Because, like I said, Nora was very beautiful. A very beautiful woman. And she used to go to these events. Very beautiful, extremely beautiful. So unapata you're not even the beautiful, the dark skin that is beautiful enough to do a brand ambassador for certain drinks or certain drink clubs or things of that sort. And during the same period ndio Chris Brown alikuwa na trend juu ya kufukuza dark skinned women from his whenever he was going to a club or an outing, ati alikuwa anasema kama dem akaa hivi aiziingia. And then you're like, I love Chris Brown to date, I still love his music, but why? Like when he dark skin tumekosea nani? Like what is the problem? Your period. Then during that period I lost the boyfriend I dumped. But even before I dumped him, I lost him to a light skin kao lady. Hiyo tena ilinibo mara 10. Like why didn't you even go to a dark skin woman? Anyway, it's all right. Ilinibo mara 10. It was quite interesting, but even then kuna story Jules alipeana ya like she gave a sleepless woman light skin woman, Sleepless Nights, and I remember, sorry, that same lady, that same lady, that light skin lady, the devil is a liar. That light skin lady, and she was quite established. Nilifiligi very vindicated also, as Jules was saying, knowing that she had caused a lot of drama when she found out that I was still seeing the guy. She caused, like, alienda hadi kwa job ya malio boy alikuwa anafanya job to cause drama and chaos, carrying knives and whatever, and rock saying atapigana na huyo jamaa. Uzuri me, I wasn't there, but just knowing that I was involved in that type of drama with someone who I considered better looking than myself, I was like, huh, ah, awesome. But that is the relationship that I've had with being light skinned during that period. And then tukamaliza nini, college, tukamaliza campus, we started looking for job. My first interview, I gave this story on my other podcast. My first interview went quite well, but the person who was interviewing me wasn't sure I would be able to deliver, not because I wasn't light skin, but because I was like fresh out of campus, so you don't have a lot of background on. Mkisikia chuma zikigongeshwa, just bear with me. You don't have a lot of experience in sales and marketing. So the unfortunate thing ni ndio nikaingia nini hiyo sales and marketing. The unfortunate thing was I didn't know how crazy it was going to be, because he was like, even during the interview, he was like, you'll the way you dress, the way you nini, like vitu kama makeup na nini, like he was very keen trying to tell me you need to look a certain way for you to be in sales and marketing. Na join sales and marketing, and now every time you would go out and say you're in sales and marketing, ulikuwa unapatana watu wenye mnaenda field nao na nini wa hizi hoteli, by the way it was a hotel, wa hizi hoteli na nini, hizi mahoteli kubwa kubwa, majority, like you've gone to this event, majority of them ladies ni light skin karibu wote, and you're like, okay, what is wrong with me? And then like you start feeling inadequate. And then hapo most of the time ndo watu wengi ukisema you're in sales and marketing, they're like, ai, uko sure? Like for which company? If you say it's a hotel, they're like, ah, okay. Well, it was tricky. And then unapata sasa, kama huyo mwenye alikuwa anaongelelea the first time I did an episode about this, she was saying that whenever you go to buy things, whenever you're interacting with people when you're dark skin and you say you do, like for me now saying I'm in sales and marketing, ulikuwa unapata either people will look away or people will look disappointed or something like that. Like these are things as a dark skinned person you tend to notice. Like ukienda mahali uonge na so and so, people are like, oh, okay. By the way, do you know, I thought you needed to be very beautiful for you to get married, because the friends that I saw getting married around me back then walikuwa na a certain look, like getting into relationships and whatever, they had a certain look. And then I found a very happy couple na wote ni dark skin, and I was like, oh, so yote yawezekana. Anyway, now finally to the different topics. I want to keep it under 30 minutes. To the different things that dark skin ladies, the subliminal messaging ya dark skin ladies ni kama ile ya kwanza nilikuwa nasema, you walk into a room with someone who is a lighter shade than you are, they get all the attention from everyone, and there is no problem with that. For me, in my instance, there is no problem with that. I'm very comfortable with you having that as your preference, because hata mimi niko na preference yangu. There are people that, like, I'm comfortable saying I prefer men who look a certain way. So mi hata wengine wakifanya drama na nini, wajiangusha wajitupe chini, it won't click for me. And I tried dating out of the type of men that I date, and I can just tell you it was boring, it was disappointing. Even the act of enjoying yourselves. For me, it felt forced. It felt, ugh, because it wasn't someone that I felt attracted to. And I'm comfortable with people doing that. Kitu yenye tu inaboigi mtu akiwa light skin, dark skin, ni you don't have to do that. Like I said, I have my preferences. I don't go around eti nikikutana na mse mwenye is under my preference, I'll be like naanza kuongea ni kama namtenga from the rest. No. If I'm interested, really interested in that person, I might ask for his contact. I might tell him I'm interested, but I won't do it in a way atile yenye. Unaona kama sasa naweza semaje? Unaona kama kitambo when we were kids, when you had a friend and you wanted to seclude them from the other people, you'd show some sort of special treatment to this other person, to your friend, so that the other people can tell. I can use this example. We do have a relative who is always quite mean to a lot of people, but even to her own kids. But unapata the minute ako na watoto wake mbele ya kila mtu, like amongst everyone else, she will go out of her way to show special treatment to this to her kids, not because she loves them, but I think she does, but you're out of her way to, like, there was this instance we were trying, kulikuwa na event na nini, and we were trying to clean up, and then she came out of nowhere and told one of her daughters, nisikuone hapo, let me not see you there. So we were like, what is the problem? Kwani the rest of us sisi tulianguka kutoka binguni ndio tusaidie ku clean up this place, but your daughter can't clean up. And majority of us who were doing the cleanup were even younger than this daughter of hers. So it was that she was the youngest or anything. But that's what I'm talking about. Unapata kuna uto to subliminal messages, to uto to nini, tunaitwaje? Uto to conversations, ama to just things that people do, their facial expressions na nini, when they're around people who are lighter skin, wakiwa na watu dark skin. I can give another example that happened at work, and I'm not sure if that friend noticed, but maybe lighter skin people also notice these things. But so tuko job, and we do a lot of team building na nini, those types of events. So the assignment for this team was to bring walete staff, waiters, one kasiri, the fastest person to bring someone from my workplace, nimeshaisema jina nkasiri, would at a winner point for their group. And they managed to bring 3 ladies, myself, another lady who is also dark skinned, very beautiful. Kila time ukimwona I just spank her ass. She has a very nice ass. And another lady who is lighter skin. And the minute we got there, like, tumeletwa sisi wote na nini, I was the first one to be taken there na nini. So the minute tulifika hapo, the facilitator for the event was like, mwenye ameleta huyo light skin, nani ameleta huyu, mse uko na macho, you know how to choose. And we are there, like, this is a crowd of almost 100 people. We are there, 3 ladies, 2 are dark skin. What are you doing? Like, what is crossing your mind? You're there with the mic shouting, mse uko na macho, unajua kuchagua, wende unaona. Kwani sisi wengine hata mchana tuonekani? Like, I don't know if you're getting the frustration, because you're like, must you have said that? Anyway, but we went back to our we continued with our engagement. I don't know if the light skin chick noticed that level of communication, but even personally, I still looked at my darker skin friend, and I was like, oh, okay. The other one was during my former employment, bado ilikuwa under sales. We went to pitch for a certain company, and there was this chick. We were 3 chicks still. 3 chicks. One of us wasn't even light skin. Siwezi sema ni dark skin, but see light skin compared to this other one, huyo wa juzi. But she's a mixture of something, like Masai and Kikuyu or something like that. So she's quite beautiful. So si tumeketi kwa hiyo ofisi tukifanya pitch na nini. The funny thing, if I spoke or the other friend, the darker skin friend spoke, sisi wenye ni dark skin, the guy would direct his answer to the other chick who was lighter skin compared to the rest of us. Like he would talk, mi ndio nimeuliza swali ama mi ndio nimefanya presentation, but anaongelesha nani? This other chick, to the point where ilianza kuingia kwa stories za do I know you from somewhere? I feel like we've met. Kwenyu ni wapi? So like hii conversation ilifika hapo, ikafika mahali I was like, ni vile nilikuwa the innermost corner, because if I were near the door, I think I would have left. Na hange notice hata nime left. Because ilifika mahali, I think me and the other chick, the dark skin chick, we became furniture. Like he couldn't see us at all. The rest of the meeting wali nini tu now, like ilikuwa tu hao wawili, which is like it's fine, but I don't know if people know these things, but as a dark skinned chick, I do notice this type of subliminal messaging of people trying to show you that you're not, haujafika hiyo rigi, haujafika hiyo rigi. And initially when I was saying I identify as ugly, I was copying anaitwa Abba from Abba and Preach. I listen to a lot of these things, and Abba, who is also a very handsome man, says he identifies as ugly. So I'm not using it as a self-deprecating humor. I'm just saying, given the circumstances of the things that I've gone through, I think nafuata nyayo za Abba. Like I identify as ugly because a lot of times when you're a dark skinned person, even walking into a room or things of that sort, if you walk into a room with a lighter skinned person, you might find that a lot of attention is given to them. So your merit na nini, they don't matter. Bora huyu ako. And I'll finish this the same way I finished no, I won't finish the same way, but I'll have to mention this, the same thing that I did in that TikTok video that I did. If you're a light skinned chick, there's nothing wrong with you being light skinned, but usitumiwe vibaya. Take advantage of these people giving you attention. You see, jobs like sales and marketing, jobs like PR, they prefer someone like you. Go in there and demand for what? Like, take advantage. Toka hapo kama umenona, toka hapo kama mifuko zimevura kabisa. Take advantage of it. But then again, don't go overselling or over-sexualizing yourself, because the minute you do that, they take it as an invitation to now come and maybe to now come and start withholding sijui your pay because they want to sleep with you or something of that sort. But I want you to take advantage. Kama sales and marketing, I keep telling my lighter skin friends, it's a difficult job, but when you're light skin, you've done 50% of the job, because a lot of people tend to like to carry favor with lighter skin ladies. I don't know why. Sijui kama watu wanaonaga kama they'll eventually get it. They tend to do that a lot of times. So unapata, it's easier. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's easier when you're a lighter skin person, even for people to listen to you, even for people to engage with you. If you're lighter skin, you have an advantage. Take advantage of it kabisa. Then sasa inakuja kwa the last point. That's when nilikuwa nasema sitaki kumaliza vile nilimaliza the other one. The last point of this a colorism issue, now from a career perspective, from someone who is in sales and marketing, who is hopefully going into management. Like I said, a lot of people find it easier buying things from a lighter skin lady. That's why unapata adverts zinatengenezwa with a lighter skin person, mostly ladies, because men, darker skin men are wanafanyagwa kama ni desirable. So unapata wako itakuwaje, I've read something that have distracted me, sorry. Like if I'm a company, or let's say for example I'm an employer, I would still employ dark skin or brown skin ladies, because of course it's me, because I know they can do the work. But if I have hizi zinaitwa one day events, hizi BA sijui activations sijui za alcohol, they're easier to go, and the target now, Joy, it's so unfortunate that I have to say this, but the target, umepatiwa target, maybe umeambiwa you sell 1M by end of that day in terms of liquor as a salesperson. Now I can sort of understand why they used to say light skinned women, sijui size 8 women, sijui things of that sort. I'm not saying they are better, but I'm saying the society mali imefika, it consumes these things, especially when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to alcohol, they consume them better coming from this type of people. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying from a salesperson perspective, if you told me hii njia ukifuata you're going to get your 1M by end of day, na hiyo ukifuata you might get it, you might not, I'm going to take the easy way, which is so unfortunate. Like I'm saying, being a darker skinned person, saying these things, because I know dark skinned women are beautiful and they can deliver. The only challenge is unless the society, the culture itself is shift yote. You see, like the song for Sauti Sol, the melanin thing, the way it shift perspective, yeah, people when it came to dark skinned women is even Lupita Nyong'o, her being who she is, the way in a shift the perspective. If the society is able to shift that, they can consume anything from anyone. But for now, I do sort of see and understand why these people used to do those ads. Because the consumers, kila kitu, kila decision inamekiwa na the consumers. It's not the companies. It's usually the consumers. Now do they appreciate things when they come from? So ni sisi wenyewe ndio tunajipunish. Majority of us are dark skinned, but unapata the consumers, the same consumers, tumekonditioniwa to the point where we think brighter is better. And that's why unapata most companies, let's say like hospitality, like your time, what I was saying was a lot of salespeople utapata ni lighter skin. Your time when I was going for marketing. I'm glad my boss took a risk on me, but I do understand why some of them might prefer lighter skin people in their clubs, in their hotels, in their whatevers, because men especially, they consume better ama faster when it comes to this type of people. But then again, I wish a lot of companies would push for, like they would push for darker skinned women to also be. Now, I think the shift is also happening because currently I've gone to several sales events. Now, unapata kuna women who are dark skinned and very beautiful selling awesome products. Jules mentioned something to do with Dark and Lovely, vile walitoa their ads, vile zilikuwa Nivea. I think it's Nivea, yes. Nivea vile walitoa ads zao na nini, and they would feature dark skin women, completely dark. Like it's in a shift your culture. There's this model, I think she's from Anitagwa, the Sudanese doll or something, Barbie doll, the black Barbie doll or something like that. Very extremely beautiful and gracious, that lady, man. When we have more people like that being featured, being like everywhere, the consumption na nini perspective might change na itaforce sasa vitu to turn around. But like I said, it's a very unfortunate topic, and my hope is if we can be able to shift it, inaweza kuwa afadhali for na itakuwa na better nini for front facing dark women. They are also very very beautiful. It has stand a better chance to have people even with merit, that are mostly with merit, that are front facing, because dark skin or light skin might not mean that much. But like I said, marketing, sales and marketing ni manipulation, ni kutwist mtu until aingie into a certain box. And if they find it easier going into a box when they see this type of thing, utapata majority of people are going to use that type of person. So those are my thoughts when it comes to colorism. I hope by the time itakuwa ina go up, I don't know when it will go up, but I hope by the time it goes up, Yeah, ile ya kina Jules itakuwa imesonga songa because I saw it last, I think beginning of the week. I think it was on Monday. Beginning of last week. I'm at the end of last week. I don't remember, but it was last week. Itakuwa imeendaenda ndo nisikae kama I'm piggybacking on them. But these were my thoughts when it came to colorism, especially in Kenya. And it's rampant and it's crazy. But to my light skinned friends and colleagues, like I said, you take advantage of it. I don't mind. You take advantage. Take advantage. If people are willing to tip you better, chukua tips, nunua shamba, endelea na life yako. Like this is a gift that you've been given by God. If people decide to do that, well and good, you take advantage of it and make sure you reap the benefits of it. The unfortunate thing that I let me just mention it as I close this topic is I know of dark skinned women, very beautiful. Sorry, light skinned women who are very beautiful, but are also very promiscuous because of this this scenario that either way you're going to get your way. You're going to get your coins na nini. Usijibebe hivyo. Usijibebe hivyo. No. Take advantage of it to the point where kama mtu anataka kukuoa just because you're light skinned, you get married by the best of the bunch. I'm not saying you fuck everyone. I'm just saying get married by the best of the bunch. Yo, the best one. You take advantage. Get your money, get your bag, get everything that you need. Because at the end of the day, they're taking advantage of you. Because kama mtu anakuja kwako just because you're light skin. Do you know how degrading that is? It's just because you're light skin. Yo mtu anakuita fala, anakuita useless, and like anakuita to a trophy or a furniture or something. Like you're not a human being. So this person is taking advantage of you, take advantage back. Win. To my dark skinned ladies, it can get hard. For me, I know it has been hard and difficult and challenging, but I will follow what Nora used to do and just be unapologetically beautiful. And don't even, whatever makes you happy, do it. Kama ni hiyo bright lipstick, do it. Kama unataka kuwear zinaitwaje bright eyeshadow, even if it's white, do it. You're a beautiful, beautiful woman. And a lot of people, even worldwide, they still find black people beautiful. And the challenge is when the level of beauty that dark skinned people are, some people find it as a threat and then they decide to weaponize it so that at the end of the day unaonekana you're the bad guy, but you're not. You're very beautiful, and if you're able to take advantage of that as well, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, because tulikuwa tunaambia if you're not beautiful you can be smart. The good thing about being dark, you can be both. So yeah, thanks for listening and see you in the next one. Bye.